Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. All things on this channel is alleged and from my opinion only. This is episode 9, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Beyond Scared Stormy. Mm. This week's episode started out with Stormy getting hair and makeup done to turn herself in for the 2 warrants that she had from last week or from last episode where she got the warrants for harassing communications and disorderly conduct. Um, Stormy kept saying that she didn't do anything that warranted her going to jail. Now, yes, this could be seen in multiple ways because in her mind, she feel like she was right in what she did. Now, the videos that I saw, the lives that I saw as it related to when Miss Black Titanic went to Stormy's warehouse. From what I saw, and I saw both lives. I saw the one from Miss Black Titanic, and I also saw the one with Stormy. Um, they were walking down the parking lot of the strip mall. They never actually got to Stormy's door because Courtney came outside of the building. Now, you can argue that had Miss Black Titanic never gone there, that wouldn't have taken place. You can argue that, but still, with her being there, if if Courtney had not come out of the building, they still wouldn't have known where she was. They came out and made it known we are actually here. But if they had stayed on the inside, none of this would have taken place. But we could also say if she had never gone, that this wouldn't have taken place. But it happened. But if she hadn't, and she was the one that came out, and she went into a whole rant about she was gonna do this, that, and the third. I mean, it's not nothing for us to sit here and to continue talking about. We can either way it went. If Miss Black Titanic had never gone, they wouldn't have came out. If Stormy and them had just acted like they didn't see her out there, then this still would have never happened. So it happened. It is what it is. And she's up here crying about it because she feel wronged in the whole situation. I appreciated that Courtney's mother was there for her during that situation because if we're being honest, nobody wants to go to jail. And especially with Black people, there there's really is a stigma associated with Black people going, because Black people are petrified when they go to jail or when they even thinking about going to jail. So I understand her hurt and frustration as it relates to that. Like I said, she could have did better as far as it went instead of going out there going off on a lady like that. But what's done is done. It's over with at this point. But I did appreciate Stormy's mother for being there for her when she needed her, unlike her own mother. Um, the next scene we had Tisha going up to meet with Destiny and Latricia, and they're sitting there making candles. Um, Destiny's sitting there saying she was trying to put back her broken pieces together, and even saying that in this scene, it still showed that, but your pieces are still broken. Because for somebody to sit here and say that she could still get this man back without a doubt in your mind, knowing that this man is married, and then in the same breath you said the marriage didn't mean anything to you. So if he came to you and said, "Hey, let's get it," and you'd be down for it. You would be down for it because that's the vibe that you're giving. You would be down for it. So you homegirl, you need to work on that. You need to work on that. Seriously, you really do. For Tisha to even ask that question is baffling. It's crazy. And then y'all, you sitting there, want you sitting there being cool with this woman that is basically saying she don't have an issue with thinking she can get a married man. Hell, he was married the whole time they were together anyway. But hey, y'all go off on this thing. But they say Tisha had this big issue with side chicks, but she's sitting there with a whole married woman that is married. They got a whole boyfriend. Then you sitting there with Destiny, that was the alleged side chick for, because even Moses said that she was basically his side chick for 15 years. That came out of his mouth, not mine. Those are Moses's words. But hey, y'all do y'all. The next thing is when Stormi, you see Stormi and Courtney coming from her, I guess she had turned herself in, and now, he had picked her up and they were headed back home or wherever they were headed. So they was having a conversation in relations to Stormi was talking about how professional the police department and the jailers and stuff was, and she was talking about how all the different emotions that she suffered in custody, anxiety. She probably was scared, crying. She probably had I can understand that she had a whole range of emotions, and I can feel sorry for her on that account. I hate that, she had to go through that, but some of this stuff you have to take accountability to say, hey, if I had not came out saying all this stuff to this lady, this wouldn't have happened. But it's neither here nor there. It happened. It is what it is. Um, she feels hurt because her mother said this is what she deserves to be in on a reality TV show. Now, that's some messed up stuff to say to your daughter, whether or not you feel like this is what she deserved for being on this show. You still should have shown up and been there for her. That just shows your lack of empathy and caring for your child. She, Betty got issues. She got her own deep rooted issues. And Courtney was right in him telling her that she should still tell her mom how she feels in relations to, how she was hurt behind her not being there for her. And Stormy said out her mouth, Betty don't give a damn. She felt like Betty didn't care. And she knows her mother better than everybody. So if she feels like her mom did not care or was not going to care, then that's what it was. And I hate she had to go through that because, you know, and especially when she said this isn't the first time that her mom has done this. So that's really messed up. Mom, her mom really needs to work on herself and try to do better as it relates to her daughter. Next thing is you got Trisha. Trisha got a bad body. Man, man, that lady she got a nice shape. I don't know if I ever work out enough to get there, but you can respect somebody that in shape like that. I respect that. She had a conversation with her kids, asking them how they would feel about her and Ken getting married. Um, the daughter was saying that now she could have a sister, and the son was saying, he appreciated how she smiled more when she's around Ken. I can't tell, but like I say, it's probably because of her nervousness as far as being on the television. Now, she's not a lot more around her kids, which, I appreciated seeing. She looked at, super cute while she was sitting there smiling and doing with her kids. So she looked at really good on this episode. Um, so I appreciated, the conversation with the kids where they was telling her, they want her to be happy, and evidently Ken makes her happy based off of what they're saying. Then, she has the conversation with her sister, whereas her sister stays in Huntsville and she knows nothing about her and Marquez, whatever the husband's name is. They've been separated for 4 years and they don't know anything. So it seems like she's not very close with her family, or she's one of those where she don't tell them her business. Obviously not. Sister, it seems like she felt the way because she's like, why you didn't tell us? But some things you ain't supposed to tell your family about what's going on, because um let's say that they did get back together and she done told y'all all of this, and now y'all still might be feeling away, but she done got past it and they done got back together. Guess that don't apply here, but that would probably be a reason why she hadn't told y'all anything. um just based off of the conversation they were having, even in that, the sister was still like, so you and your husband, y'all, there's no way of y'all getting back together. And that's the thing with people. You don't know exactly what has transpired in a relationship. You don't know the toxicities. You don't know what all someone has dealt with. And for you to be like, well, y'all should be able to work it out because our parents were married 30 something odd years. But just because your parents were married 30 some odd years doesn't mean that's going to happen with you. Now, everybody gets married in hopes of staying married. Stuff happens and it doesn't work out like that. When someone is in toxic relationships, you shouldn't sit there and try to force people to stay with someone just so you could say, we don't believe in divorce. Okay, so a lot of people don't believe in divorce, but at the same time, you have to do what is right for you. Now, I know the Bible says, through sickness and health, for richer, poor, all of that. But there are some things, it's at this day and age, it's people do so much low down evil stuff to, I can't say what the issue was as far as they went. I'm just saying everybody's just not meant to stay married. And if we being honest, based off of what she said, the only reason they got married anyway is because of the kids. And that's never a reason to get married, even though people do it all the time. But that's not a reason to do so. But at the end, the sister was like, just long as you're happy, your happiness matters. But based off of how she was talking at first, I was like, dang, you must not care how your sister feel. But she eventually got there. After that, we have the situation. Well, the scene with Courtney, Martell, Chris, and Ken, and they went bowling. Ken tells Martell how Trish was, super mad with them. So everybody's being messy, talking about why is she getting mad? They trying to understand, if you don't know this lady like that, what reason do she really have to get mad with you like that? I felt like it was more to Ken, not Ken, Martell and Trish than what he was saying in this episode. Because even with Courtney, he was like, you're leaving something out, which he is. And I guess I like the fact that Ken says he's not an insecure dude and he's trusting his girlfriend to do what she said she was gonna do. But it's some stuff going on there that they should have been more open about. Now I Courtney and Chris was asking Martell, since he keep hollering about he wants to get married again. He's gonna get married soon. He's gonna get married soon. So they're like, well, who you gonna marry? Are you gonna marry your baby mama? And basically, for the Ariane, the little bird, Martell has no intentions on ever marrying you, because if he felt like he wanted to marry you and be out there with you, he would have made that known. Even in this scene, he was asked multiple times if you, because he's talking about somebody meeting somebody that would accept his 5 kids, meeting somebody who will accept his 5 kids, meaning he's going to meet somebody else to accept the 5 kids that he has, because he has 7 days on, 7 days off. And they were like, well, what about, one of the ones you're already with, which we know Mel ain't finna marry his butt again. And he's basically, it's like, that's what I got out of that, when they was basically asking him if he was gonna marry the bird. He basically said, nah, I ain't marrying that trick. I wasted all these years ruining my marriage and breaking up my family with this hoe, but I'm not gonna marry her. No, she ain't good enough for me. Just like way back when he called you a peasant, he meant that shit. You are, in his eyes, a peasant and you are beneath him. He will never marry you. That's all I see. That's what I got off this episode, off of this thing. Baby girl, you can may well hang that up, move on with your life, because Martell said you ain't it. The final scene ends with Stormi finally having a conversation with her mom. Her mom shows up and they're having a conversation. And I mean, even though we know Stormi said, I don't remember if it was last season or the season before. Either way it goes, she'd already said she had been to jail before. And I'm trying to figure out why her mom brought up in this episode about her going to jail before. This lady, she really has some personal issues that she really needs to work on. We can't blame Stormi for her mom has her own insecurities, her own issues. She literally has issues that she needs to work on. She's sitting here saying, well, I got a 80-year-old mother that lives with me. I can't just up and go when you call. Okay. Even though I feel like that was the excuse that she used at the time, because you told this girl, this is what you get for being on a reality show. And you sat here and said that you be attacking Melody, and it's okay for you to attack Melody, but now that people are attacking your daughter, it's a problem. Now, when Mel said what she said yesterday about how you don't know the situation that's going on, you've been talking about Mel in these Facebook groups for a long time. You've been talking about her for a long time. Even before she had a fan base, you were talking about her. So now that she has a fan base, you talking about, you get online and you're attacking her, and then people are attacking you for attacking her. Why are you attacking her in the first place? What did she do to you specifically to make you feel like you should be attacking her? Nothing. She hasn't done anything to you. But you sitting here and you feel like what you're doing is right, but then you want to say something about the fan base because they're defending her because all of y'all have been going at this one person for years. It makes zero sense. And I guess Stormy in her way was saying, Mel says she can't control people, and she can't. Just like she can't stop you from going online attacking her. So what you want her to do? What do you want Mel to do about grown as people? There's nothing she can do about grown people. These grown people are going to do what they want to do. She has not told not one person to activate on not one member of this cast. And you sit here and you say, well, if she doesn't agree with something, then she should say something. Okay, if that's the case, your daughter needs to do the same thing because you got people that be all in Mel's ass, dogging her out, talking about her kids, calling her everything under the sun up under Stormy's Facebook pages, Instagrams, and TikToks. But your daughter doesn't say anything. Your daughter doesn't take up for Melody, but you want Melody to do something that you nor your daughter would even do. That makes no sense. It really don't. And then you got issues that you need to work out with your sister. The fact that you were sitting here and you hurt this girl feelings. She told you you hurt her feelings. And the only thing I don't say I'm sorry. I don't feel like what? What is it so hard about apologizing to your child that you did wrong? You you lady, you got serious issues. You really do. I mean, in the end, she ended up saying she was sorry. I don't believe it was sincere. It really wasn't. To me, it wasn't sincere at all. But Stormy just was happy that she was able to get the words, but it wasn't sincere. And from what Stormy said, her mom has dropped the ball on her on multiple occasions. And Stormy on this episode, she called her out in her lies, some of them anyway. When she was talking about, she was late for her wedding, and she was sitting there saying, I was on time, and Stormy was like, no, you weren't. Everybody was ready. You getting makeup, and then she was like, "We were getting makeup done." So I'm like, "No, you were getting makeup done. The rest of us was ready. So you were late. You were late." And instead of you sitting here apologizing for the trauma and the hurt that you have caused this girl, you want to sit here and justify the bullshit that you do. You was trying to sit here and justify your jump. And like I said, even though she apologized, it wasn't sincere. It was not sincere at all. But hopefully Stormy and her mom get to a better place and they leave Melody out and her mom leaves Melody out of her um communications from Kid Sports. Camille already told y'all, if y'all say something, she coming. So hopefully that's a wrap for that. But basically that's the end of the episode. Next week, what the heck is happening next week? I don't even remember. This shows how interesting it was. Something dealing with Martell and Neil and all of them. But that's it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed my thoughts and opinions on it. Hope you all have a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you have an amazing day.